So we are going to introduce our first presenter today, and we do want to give him his full time. And then, so get those pens out, remember those questions and comments, because we are going to give him 26 minutes of succinct feedback. So try and get those questions together as he's presenting. And let's welcome Zane Shiratori from ScanACard.
All right, guys. Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Zane. The company that I'm here to present is ScanACard. This is a product that I've had in development that I'm kind of using personally right now. And this is kind of like, I'd say, the first deployment that other people are seeing. I'll kind of go into the story of like why I've started this and a little bit about my background. So our tagline is super simple contact management that converts. One of the main goals for me was building a contact manager / CRM that helps you to ingest contacts quickly to where you can make those actionable. To where you're not, trying to have all these things, pile up on your desk and things like that. So a little bit about my background. I've had multiple startups and different businesses. I've generally worked in business development at companies. So I'm always out on the road. Usually I'm going to be at a trade show, whatnot, that I'm going to be out meeting hundreds of people in the day. And I need to figure out how I'm going to make sense of these relationships that I just had on the fly. And so far, this is a challenge that I've had over and over again. I couldn't really find something. So, generally when we go to a show, we're going to kind of like do an analog mutual data exchange where we're going to exchange a business card. Now, if nothing happens beyond that, nothing really happens, right? It's going to get put into a desk or put on a desk, left in somebody's pocket, maybe it gets lost, whatever the case, or worst case scenario, you just don't have a card with you. When you get back after a show or after a marketing event, things like that, you're typically going to be having a bunch of cards on the desk, and there's nothing you can really do with that. So I don't really like that. I wanted to build a different system. Now, the initial problems that I saw with the initial ingestion and scanning a card quickly and then getting that data actionable, I saw some other issues. So I developed beyond that to try to make a more fluid system that is a lightweight CRM that doesn't necessarily replace other things, but it's going to help you utilize with your existing ecosystem. So the way our product worked is that we do a mutual exchange, which is a virtual mutual exchange. So in this sense, the moment that I scan that business card, I can pass an email with a preferred templated profile that I want to send to that person. So that happens within about 6 seconds. So I scan that card, I got your data saved on my end, you're going to get an email with mine, you can add that to your phone if you want to, but it's going to be stored, so now you have a digital record on both sides. So this is just going to make that much easier. There's no the excuse of like, hey, where did his card go, whatnot. We also have the thing is that, yeah, if you do go to the show and you end up with a bunch of cards, we have a rapid scan mode to where you can scan all those cards in quickly at the end of the show. So running down our basic features that we have in the app. So we have the profiles. You can create up to 3 different identities. Basically, you could have like a personal profile that you share. You could have like a business profile that you share, or maybe if you have multiple businesses, you can have those that you can share. We have buckets so you can organize stuff. You can set actions in the app too, so you can set reminders for yourself to follow up with people, things like that. We have voice and text notes, so you can add text notes or you can do voice. So if you're at the show, you could actually just, right after you finish that conversation with that person, you could step away, just say add a voice note. You can run through all those things that you just remembered from that. It's going to auto-transcribe everything and store it as a text note. We have deals in there. It's like a mini pipeline tracker. And then we have some other stuff. But I'd say one of the main things is the import and export. We make it really easy and flexible to pull contacts. So if somebody says, hey, do you know anybody who is a photographer? Yes, I can go find all my photographers. 2 seconds, I can export that list, and you can have all those people out. But I try to make that really flexible with how we organize stuff. Right now, my main reason for being here is I'm trying to get ideas for how I can enter this market. Right now, the market is very saturated with CRM systems, which are typically, Salesforce, HubSpot, guys like that, Constant Contact. but they mainly focus on the marketing automation side, which is probably the core of what they do. And then we have like Dot, we have Popple, these other card scanners, but nobody's really a hybrid where I'm coming in to do both sides of this, but also keep it lightweight and interoperable to where we can use any system. We're not trying to be a switch to system. I'm trying to be a use it, and we could still be comfortable with any other software that you use. We're not trying to be something that you have to position yourself into and get stuck. But yeah, that would be kind of like where I'm at right now. So I'm really looking for any ideas or thoughts that you guys might have on that position where we're coming out. Again, this is the first time that I'm really showing this to a group. I've only been personally using the product and developing it for like the last 3 months. So yeah, I'd love any feedback and ideas.
Perfect.
Zane, everyone.
Speaking of feedback, here we go. Who wants to start us off with some feedback for Zane?
And by the way, I know that software is one of those things that sometimes you got to see it. So I'm happy to do like a quick little demo with any of you guys so you can see just how this works.
Hey Zane, great job. Sticking with the 6 minutes, especially you're amazing.
Where am I at?
You did great. Right at 6 minutes.
Okay.
You did great.
Okay.
I don't want to take too much time. I use a digital card now.
Yep.
I've gone through a few of them. One where it did nothing as far as taking cards. It's all about giving my card to others.
Yep.
And then another one that just seems to be convoluted to some degree. So how easy is this to use to take in a business card and touch it as minimally as possible so that it's not lots of data entry?
Absolutely. So what I would love to do, does anybody have a card? And I'm going to show you guys just how fast this is.
I have a blind paying card.
Wait, I already have them in there. Give me. I want to do a new contact. All right. So I'm going to do a little sample here. So I've got the app up. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take a photo of this card. So I got that. This better work, right? Yeah. So within a few seconds now, it's going to scan. I'm going to send him a ScanACard profile. So I already got you digitally stored. That's already saved right there. I also have that card image that I just took in case I need that reference later. So that's stored on his profile, but you should have an email from ScanACard that has my profile.
We need a drum.
Yeah, it was a little slow Wi-Fi here earlier.
Oh, it's probably the Wi-Fi. Yes.
But you,
all right, we're gonna come back to Rob in just a moment. What do you have, Jared?
Hi, good morning, Zane. This is Jared Taylor, founder of Sugarloaf Partners Fundraising Consulting. Last November and October, myself as well as my two boys, we were diagnosed with ADHD. So executive functioning is something that we definitely struggle with. And so my impression, as you kind of demonstrated, this does an email. What I'm wondering is, you extract this data, can you set it up to do a text message or have some sort of template? Because for me, email is great and all, but I'm thinking I'm going to have something just as instantaneous. So if there's a way to plug it in for phone texting as well, I would love to see that as an option.
Yeah, that's absolutely something that I'll be considering going forward is texting. Because the thing is that we're sending it straight from our server. So like we do limit this feature right now because I don't want bad actors to come in and think that they can spam from our domain. And it's basically whatever profile that you have set. So again, you can create multiple profiles. So like I sent him ScanACard, which is going to be my information for ScanACard, my phone number, email, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I can definitely look at the function of adding in text. I got to look at the cost and all that kind of stuff and see all the challenges there. But yeah, go ahead. You got it? Beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You touch on a great topic because I know that we all being bombarded with how to keep up with that shoebox of contacts information we get, right? So I'm struggling right now too between HubSpot, Begin, Zoho, and email marketing. So how's your price point compared to those? I know that they are free, and also integration between email marketings and all this stuff. And I like the text feature. I think it is good sometimes. And then you have switching from one column to the next when you are nurturing that relationship. So there's so many. But a little demo would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. So going back to like where we just did that text, right? So in that few seconds, we now have, again, it's a digital contact exchange. I have his contact here. He has my contact. That was relatively quick. Give me just 1 second, I'll get to you. So what I didn't show you guys is the fact that we also have these other actions down here again, where I can add an action if I want to say, hey, I need to follow up with him about getting lunch or whatever the case. Or if I want to add in notes, I can just come in here and say like, hey, I want to add a voice note. And then I could basically run through that voice note with him, and then it's going to transcribe that. That way I have some context. And then if I want to organize that, I have all the different buckets in there as well, to where I can put him into, like, for instance, I'll put him into 1 million cups because we met there. And then now that's organized, and I have metadata around the contacts, quickly. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Hi, Shauna with Precision Integrative Medicine. I am an avid watcher of Shark Tank, and this feels like one of those instances where the sharks would be telling someone that this is something that is going to, at least in the short term, rely on you to demonstrate this. Because what you did there with that demonstration is your go-to-market strategy that you're asking for. That needs to be like in videos on social media.
That's going to be on our homepage.
Right, exactly.
We're going to be developing I have a lot of friends in the film business, so we're going to be developing a bunch of different scenarios where we walk through everything, and we'll have a video on the landing page.
And I would say one last thought is when I realized that like what you're presenting on and what your product and service is, I was like, oh, okay, another one of those. But then when you demonstrated it, it's different from all the rest, so I would key in on that messaging.
Yeah, we're really...
We're not just another digital card.
No. And that's the thing, we're really coming in to be a hybrid product, where it touches on both sides. Yep. She's back in the back right there. Go ahead, you'll be next.
Jackie.
Okay, hi, sorry. I like the feedback of, can you add this, can you add that? I had the pleasure of speaking with Zane earlier, so I got a little bit more detail than everybody. I love the fact that you're a hybrid without needing to be everything. The reason why I don't use so many that are out there is because they have so many functions, they're so overwhelming. The price point can be beyond what I'm comfortable with. I like that you're finding that middle of the road. So even if there are more bells and whistles added, I love keeping it, there to be an option where maybe you don't have to have all the bells and whistles. I feel like you really hit upon, with all the little details that you've put in, those are the necessary ones for those of us that have been searching and are getting lost with everything that's out there. And I second what Shauna said. When I first saw ScanACard, I was like, oh my God, I have to sit through another card thing. And you saw, I've already asked him how I can purchase this. So it's making sure that your differences stand out.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is I really want to be I want to be a for everyone software, not a for everything software. That's generally what everybody does in the CRM space, or just in software in general. They try to do everything, and then you're spending money to use 2% of their software. I'm going to go right here because he was waiting.
Nope, we're good. Right here, he's got the mic.
Oh, he's good? He's good? Okay,
and then
sorry.
we'll come back. Yep. And then...
Hi, I'm Emmanuel.
Hi, Emmanuel.
I just had a quick question, kind of piggybacking off of the text message thing.
Yeah.
If you were to send, like you showed us this voice note, and I'm assuming that's something that's done within the app between users.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not within the app. You're storing a personal voice note for that contact, and it's going to transcribe it to text. Yes.
Okay, so then if you're trying to communicate with somebody about the app, and I've seen it before where the app it'll send like an invitation to somebody via text, and then that person opens that invitation, and you create a profile and whatnot to be able to have a conversation. Is that something that you're considering at all for your business at all?
Not right now. So I don't want to get into the actual communication standpoint, because again, this is where the pipeline and everything just gets way too convoluted. I just want to be seen as like a very, very easy way for you to manage all your people, have good metadata around that, and make that more universal to all those other tools to use. Because once I go down that pipeline of, adding in communications and instant messaging and then profiles that you're like friends and all this kind of stuff, then it gets really diluted, and that's kind of the challenge, yeah. Thank you, yeah.
What about for dating? Could this work for that?
It could work for dating. I mean, if you, you could put all your Tinder swipes in there. All right.
We'll go back.
Okay, let's go back to.
Zane, I just want to caution you on that. I didn't know anything about this, so I ran a quick mobile Google search, and I would really emphasize the A in ScanACard, because there's a lot of results coming back for just ScanCard.ai.
Oh, trust me. I intentionally chose a very terrible name for this business. That is very, how do you say? It is very on the nose of what it is. I do have another backup brand if I want to do a more generic brand.
Yeah, just trying to help you avoid some leaks.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, I saw that a lot of times, people have like different, they have better SEO on card scanning, whatever the case. But no, totally, trust me. A lot of this is going to go into how we market, which you'll see later, because we're gonna do a lot of fun marketing, because we're going to take like, if you guys have seen like Dollar Shave Club and stuff like that, we're going to be having a lot of fun.
I don't know what your pricing model looks like, but
yes.
My guess would be that a Dropbox style model of growth would work really well for this. If there's some sort of freemium model where I can use it every time I scan this card, they're going to get my information from you and track that, and then maybe I have a premium upgrade, or I get a free month or a year or whatever, depending on how you have it set up.
Yeah. So right now I have it set up, and again, this is where I'm looking to get feedback initially, on the model, things like that. I initially set it up with a 7-day trial, and it's $39 a month, just flat rate. Whatever we add in later, that rate's never going to change if you're in at that rate. So the thing is that where I could give away a lot of free stuff, those guys are typically so well funded, they can afford that. If I get into just giving away free accounts to everybody and I'm accruing costs on all of those users, it's never going to really work out, because it's just going to be a bunch of people. Because all these AI scans cost money, and then it's just going to end up being expensive. But I'm very open to looking at, hey, what would I pay for this? Again, I put the framework out there as 7-day free trial, no credit card, $39 a month. But if anybody's got ideas, ChatGPT was saying stay in the like 9 to 15 range. I was like, all right, we'll see. Got it.
So Zane, are
Thank
you
you.
looking for investors? Yes, or you're not at that point yet?
Who's never looking for investors? No, I'd say that until I get to a stage where I've got this like rolled out and I see customer engagement. Again, I've only been using this for me. This has not been a product where I have any existing customers. I haven't shown this to anybody yet. So other than maybe like 2 people where I said, hey, I'll give you a free account just to be like an alpha user and just mess with it.
So what's your pain point? What can we do for you?
I'm trying to get feedback on a good go-to-market strategy on something that like, either from the business model standpoint of the pricing, because again, everybody has a different tool in the market that they pay for, and they all have a different price point. This is also, again, it's a hybrid tool. I'm not trying to replace another tool. But like if you have something that's easy for you to have these contacts that you can then distribute to these other tools, that's kind of where I'm trying to be at.
Do you mind real quick? What I'm struggling with this product, because I used to build mobile apps and all that, there's a fatigue, right? When it comes to these products.
Oh yeah.
And fatigue and value is very much related. So your real, I think, challenge is to show the value. I am actually here to spotlight Monica. I would encourage you to speak to her about her business model, her marketing strategy, because she has a brilliant marketing strategy with a new product that she's introducing. And we're actually partnering on these digital TV ads. You may want to learn how she did it, because for me it was a no-brainer. We sit down, we talk, and I was like, sign me up yesterday. So it might be something that you can learn from Monica right here. So she can share the details on how she goes about getting customers regarding a product that's been out there, is revamped, and is much better than what I used to actually use way back when before COVID.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Got one.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Zane, I like the product a lot. Two things. Privacy. Am I guaranteed that...
Everything on the back end is encrypted to the user.
Okay, great. Second thing, you got about 50 beta testers right here.
I was hoping at least half the room were beta testers, but yeah, I'll take 50.
That was actually my next point. Is you multiple times said that no one's really had their eyes on this yet, and we're talking about marketing and getting this out there. But you need to get at least strong base users to test it and bring back the data to you.
Yeah.
What's working well and what's not, because we can all come up with solutions to fix our problems, but that's not necessarily the exact problem somebody else has. And sometimes a 2-degree shift opens up the market for in ways you can't imagine. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And Joe, just being realistic, like anybody that's in this room, like if you sign up, I'll give you guys free lifetime access. I'm not worried about that because I would love to have you guys, providing that use case and giving me that feedback because I want to make this product really, really good for everybody, regardless of, what your existing ecosystem is that you use and how I can improve on that. But, again, it's like we're only seeing surface level here. Once you actually understand the power of what it can do and how simple it is to use it, then you're like, oh, wow, this is different.
Thank you, Zane. Give Zane one more round of applause.
Thank you.
So make sure you grab his contact information so that if you think of something else, you can reach out to him. And as soon as we all have ScanACard, you won't have to be taking pictures up here. You'll just have it right
it's a really
here.
hard domain, ScanACard.com.
There you go. Absolutely.